a hub for motorsports. If you love racing, this is the place to be.
Collier goes into turn one. Foxy wall rides!
He chest-aimed it! He's still chest-aiming it!
He's gonna do it! He can coast from here if he had to! It's unbelievable! Chris Steves, the gambler, off of turn 4 for the final time!
He does it!
He's gonna win it! He's gonna do it through turns 3, off of turn 4, redemption for the Iceman, Jamie Knopf! Your Nexus 499 champion is Garrett Gusso! He is the winner of the 499! Garrett Gusso, you are immortal! But it was a tie! It was a tie! Unbelievable! It was 1/1 millionth of a second! And now we're still side by side. Oh! Contact is made! Hill is sideways! Does he save it? Does he save it? He's still sideways. He saves it! Still drifted to the center!
Unbelievable!
Oh my goodness!
How did he save that?
Now these good ridders get by him here through the dog leg. He's not gonna get there. That's not gonna hurt him too
Oh
bad.
no, don't do that! As he gets into the left car, we just saw Kevin LePage! Oh my gosh!
It looks like Kreider's going to continue to lead. Oh, as Williams is sideways. Big crash in the back. As it looks like Kreider's going to get turned out Underwood.
The 72!
Gaston wins. Into turn 3. Henderson on the bottom. Sist on the outside. Contact might have been made. Here comes Tim Henderson's going to be a drag race to the line. Who's going to get it? They're still side by side. It's going to be Cessna wins it at the line. Unbelievable finish.
Down on the way outside, hitting the jumps on there. Oh, they're making contact. The 74, the 09. The 09 is way out in the booties. And they're looking, the 62's looking to the inside. We're side by side now. The action corner doesn't get the point. James Pierce is in the wall. Logan is leading this race. 99 fighting very hard on the inside. Contact is made. The 99 gets dumped. The leader's wreck.
To take the dub, his first win in the National Tour of Five Flags, George Oaks! Peter Stroke is in the bumper business.
Oh, they wreck each other. It's the teammates. Oh my God! These guys are their coach. Tim Henderson's in it.
Show around.
Oh no, Steven's on the ground.
Oh no, Steven! What happened? Here comes Tim Henderson up on the outside. He grabs some wall. No! How did he get the checker? First win of the season. Stephen Dillon as they rack across the line. Incredible finish.
Truly appreciate everybody. We love you guys. This has been Thomas and Jay in the booth, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Welcome back, everybody. A highly anticipated night tonight here at Daytona. We're going to be starting off the Nexus Multiclass Series here with just an incredible amount of cars right now. Unbelievable what we are going to be doing here tonight. An unbelievable season ahead of us and an unbelievable broadcasting crew for all of you fans out there. Thank you so much for showing up. First off, I'd like to talk a little bit about everybody here in the booth. First off, we've got Jay. On the other side of Jay, we've got Jared. And then on the other side of Jared, we've got Dallas. Everybody here helping to put on a great broadcast tonight. Jay, Jared, and Dallas. Don't speak all at once, but maybe in that order. How are y'all doing tonight?
Oh, we're doing fantastic. This is such a highly anticipated race. We're going to be doing some interesting things tonight to up the broadcast production here tonight. It's gonna be fun. We got Jared in here. Jared, you're gonna be pit road reporting for this season. It's gonna be so much fun to have you, man.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to jump around and see what everybody's talking about, see the strategies that's going on, hear some of the gaffes. I don't know. I'm excited, man. It's racing. Let's go.
Yeah, they got me in here too. Yeah, most of you guys have seen me out here before. Sometimes I like to have fun and party, but most of the time I like to just sit here and watch race cars. I'll probably be doing a little bit of pit road reporting as well, but I'll mostly be watching battles on track so that Jay and Tom can focus on the action and I can let them know what else is going on track that we can focus on. A lot of cars, a lot of things happening, a lot of classes, going to be chaos at times, so just kind of help control and mitigate everything. But.
Absolutely. Well, look, it is the 1-year anniversary of the Dega Boys on YouTube. Seriously, 1 year ago today, that is when the dream became alive. And here we are with the NSR series, about to broadcast some awesome racing for you guys. And we're ready to get this underway. Real quick, let's go to the grid. This is for GTP here. Logan Raggioni grabbing pole. And Ryan Bird, P2. Aaron Kralik, P3. I'm going to try to get the other guys up for you here. Let's see. Well, we're not going to be able to, but that is A-okay. And, all right. Let's just go racing here. You guys saw the qualifying that happened last week here. And, now we're going to be able to have some fun now. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get these cameras off, and let's watch these guys go racing here tonight. So far, 41 cars are registered, and we're about to go green flag racing. Jay, let's go ahead and do our great pre-race ceremonies here. Look, we've got a great race ahead of us. What to expect? Who do you got tonight?
Oh man, this is gonna be a great race. They're gonna
Yes, absolutely. Jared, who do you got tonight?
I'm going to probably have to go with Rob Collier. I just think he's going to get it done tonight.
Absolutely. Dallas, who do you got tonight?
LMP2, I got Nick Pressey coming out on top. Going to be a couple of battles going on here, and yeah, it's going to be a pretty interesting race tonight.
Absolutely. Lots happening here tonight. Once again, your pole winner for GTP, Logan Raggioni. Pole winner for LMP2, Cameron Keeley. And pole winner for GTD tonight, or GT3, Rafael Santos. All three of these guys being on top in their respective classes. And they'll be ready to go racing tonight. We are now gridding, with everybody getting the chance to get their cars out on track here. First up is the GTP class. We'll go back here to Cameron Keeley, see if we can get a good view on him. We do here in the number 63, Delara P217. And then your P1 for GT3 here tonight in the Porsche, Rafael Santos. Ready to get the battling going on. We are rolling, ladies and gentlemen. Logan Raggioni going to be leading this whole field of 41 cars to green here tonight. Now going into turn 3. A lot to expect. A lot to unpack here with all of these cars on track. All of these different classes. Again, 41 cars. Unbelievable what we will be witnessing here tonight. A lot of on-track action ready to go. All right, Jay, Dallas, Jared, any last thoughts before we go green?
the best iRacers in the business, multi-class racing. This is the dream. This is going to be amazing. Everybody get your snacks, get ready to go, because we're going to see some fantastic racing. 100 minutes on deck here at Daytona.
Absolutely. Look at this. The pace car is coming into the pits. Control to Logan Raggioni into the restart zone, and green flag is out in the air. 100 minutes around Daytona Road Course being started off with Logan Raggioni down into turn 1 and not having much competition here, setting himself out front now with the LMP2s. Coming into turn 1, not a lot of action either. Cameron Keeley comes out on top over Nicholas Pressey. Rafael Santos now in the GT3s coming through turn 1, having Brian Bertham coming right behind his rear bumper. A lot of action there in the back with these GT3s, but now we go back up to the front with Logan Raggioni coming through International 2, getting a 2.5 lead over second place. Sideways back here, that's Aaron Kralik.
Aaron Kralik goes sideways. Oh, what a great start we had, but now we got a little bit of an incident here off of the Western Horseshoe, as now you see the LMP2 guys mixing it up here as he gets back on track, as we're heading for NASCAR 1 now for the first time tonight for these prototypes, as he has lost a lot of positions here. Did Kralik in that 01. He's going to have to try and recover here going through the turns 1 and 2. Daytona banking, headed for the Le Mans chicane and the backstretch for the first time tonight.
Aaron Kralik is now 5 cars deep into the LMP2 field, as Logan Raggioni now coming through NASCAR 3 and 4 has a huge lead over second place at the moment. Just about 2 seconds now as he comes off of NASCAR 4. Ryan Bird, in P2, coming up right behind Logan, and Eric Stamp now finding himself in P3. Cameron Keeley back here coming off of NASCAR 4 is the leader by almost a second. A little bit of troubles here for Nicholas Pressey as he finds himself P3 in the LMP2 class now, coming across the line and into turn 1. Rafael Santos now coming off of turn 4.
Yeah, Rafael Santos got the pole here for GTD tonight. He's going to take the first lap here in the GTD class. This is a strong class here tonight. There's going to be a lot of mix-up and battles going on all throughout the night here in the GTD class. As you see them all headed for turn 1 through the S's now. We got a little battle here for P3. This is going to get interesting. I believe that's Cheney and Kabani here into turn 3. Oh, hard on the brakes inside here to the International Horseshoe. Can he make the move here? Still side by side on the exit.
Still side by side now, going to go into the dog leg. A real fast left-hander here, and it looks like Kabani is going to take control of that P3 position for the GTD class. We'll go back up here to Aaron Kralik, who now finds himself only 2 cars deep into that LMP2 field, trying to work his way back up to get back to the rear bumpers of this GTD class, or GTP class, as I stumble on my words here, coming through the bus stop now. Aaron Kralik coming up to the rear bumper of Eric Molinati into NASCAR 3. Now you're going to watch this overtake happen to the outside. We've got a little bit of action happening back here now with Chris Wheeler in the GTD class.
Yeah, Wheeler's around. He's going to get that thing righted. He's going to get back up here on NASCAR 1 and NASCAR 2 now. He's going to lose a lot of time here. See if you can recover. We do got some great battles, as we saw. It was Kralik going by the LMP2 field as well. We got a battle here. Rob Collier with the 7-Eleven of Plotos. Oh, we're going to go wheel to wheel here into turn 1. Collier's trying to make a move on the inside. Oh my goodness, Plotos is going to run wide here onto turn 1 through the S, and still side by side. He's not giving up this position. Wow, what a battle here. Collier's going to take over P4 in the LMP2 class. As we exit the International Horseshoe, here comes Polonis. He's going to get a run back at Collier here, headed for the dog leg. Does he make a move? This isn't really a passing zone. He's going to get right here to his bumper and follow him here to the West Horseshoe.
Trying to find a little bit of battling going on here. Clayton Sanchez was part of a different outfit here, now running the Mercedes with Kabani not being the only Mercedes now, making a pass on Mike Sobanovsky, coming through the S's and into International 1. Clayton confidently making that pass now, and he is going to sail on here, as now we've got Steven Doughton coming under attack by DeMarcus Rogers now in the LMP2 cars.
Yeah, battle right here. Steven Doughton in the 09. He is currently running right here in the mix with the LMP2 cars to the inside of Rogers here. He's going to make that move here in the Le Mans. Great pass here by the 09.
Now we got
another side-by-side battle.
Max Foner and Gregory Shaw have been going at it here for a couple laps now, and going into turn 1, my computer has a little bit of a spasm there, but we're going forward with Gregory Shaw taking over that position, and now going into International 1, the 33 of Greg Shaw does hold on to that P4 position, as Max Foner now stays behind him. Gregory Shaw, the lone BMW in the GTP class, coming out here showing strong so far, plus 4 positions since the start of this race, finding himself in P4 overall.
Yes, he's going to continue on here through the West Horseshoe. Head for NASCAR 1 and 2's banking now, as this is a beautiful GTP class. This BMW looking mighty fine here with Gregory Shaw up here in the P4 position, having a great start to this race. Still about 7 seconds off your race leader. Still early in this race. Lots can happen as we're going through turns 1 and 2, banking now as he stretches this gap on. Foner behind him in that 59. As we got a side-by-side battle in the LMP2s, this is, I believe that's the 531 of Javon Thompson here to the inside. He's going to make this move. This is incredible of Maylad here on the 58 LMP2. We're still battling here, going through NASCAR 1 and 2 on the banking. This is going to get interesting as we get towards off of NASCAR 2 side-by-side here down the back.
All right, this is going to be a classic drag race down the back straightaway and then into the bus stop. Looks like Javon is going to relent that position too, Kevin, here. Now coming into the bus stop, Javon thought about diving it real deep. Oh, he goes wide. He goes wide. He has to save it, and he loses another position to Evan Guillemette and Steven Downton. Now Javon losing a lot of positions here, finding himself P20 overall. And outside of the top 10 with the LMP2 class, now he's going to have a little bit of a battle here with Brian Alvarez coming to the start-finish line now. Into the trioval they go, still side by side, and it looks like these guys are going to battle it out here going into turn 1.
Yeah, door-to-door, wheel-to-wheel here into turn 1. Something's got to give here. Run real wide. Javon's going to hold that position as the 40 of Alvarez is giving him all kinds of business here. Unbelievable racing we're seeing as we're going through the S's now. Heading into the International Horseshoe. Lots of action here in the LMP2 class. This is the class that was super exciting in qualifying. We saw so many position changes through qualifying. And these guys are duking it out here in the race. And here comes the pressure here. This is, I believe, the 33 of Shaw, and it's the 59 of Foner, coming under attack here down the backstretch into the Lamar chicane. They're going to go side by side here in the Lamar chicane. This has worked out. Near contact. What a move by Foner around Gregory Shaw. Unbelievable as we exit the Lamar chicane.
Full send into the bus stop, and it works out for Max Foner. Now coming through NASCAR 3 and 4. He's going to get a little bit of a buffer here between himself and Gregory Shaw. Gregory Shaw now trying to come back here, coming through the trioval. Gregory Shaw now looking like he might make a move here going into the first corner. Here he comes to the outside. The 33 GTP trying to make something happen. It doesn't. He got a little loose there in the middle of the corner, and now coming into International 1, he's going to have to set something else up here to get that position back. Gregory Shaw still within the top 5 at the moment, battling the number 59 of Max Foner.
Yes, these guys continue to battle it out. We had maybe a little bit of a battle. It looks like it's dissipating here between Molinati and Keeley in the LMP2 class. He had it underneath 1/10 of a second there. It looks like Keeley's being able to stretch this gap back out, but here it is. This is the battle for the lead in LMP2. Cameron Keeley going through the dogleg, now headed for the West Horseshoe. Then the 46 of Molinati can make a challenge here through the West Horseshoe. Look at the drive off by Keeley, though. Calm, cool, and collected behind the wheel. As we're headed for NASCAR 1 and 2 now, the battle for the lead in the LMP2 is heating up.
All right, we have a battle as well for the GT3 cars. These guys are side by side now coming across the line. That's Rafael Santos and Brian Berthome coming into turn 1. Brian's on the outside, Rafael on the inside, and Rafael gets that position back and leads this GTD class to leads the GTD class at the moment. Coming into International 1, Brian all over the rear bumper of that 65 Porsche. Now coming off of turn 1 or 2 and coming into the dogleg. That fast left-hander, no brakes applied through that corner and digging it deep into International 2 now as Brian still relents to hold on to that position in P2. He's coming back with a vengeance.
Yes, this battle continues on. We've got great battles all throughout the field right now. Santos doing a great job, but here comes Brian Berthome. He's going to try and make a move here. He's not going to be able to get the power down like the 65 of Santos. Follow him here through NASCAR 1 and 2. This is some great battling here in the GTD. Santos, your pulse hitter, continuing to lead here off of NASCAR 1 and 2 headed to the backstretch. This is going to be a good opportunity, though, Tom, to look at see what these guys have pace-wise here into the Lamar chicane. This is where you can really get aggressive on the brakes. Let's see if the 27 of Berthome makes a move here into the Lamar chicane. He's going to get heavy on the brakes. Santos going to be also aggressive on the brakes, and they're going to continue 1-2 here off the Lamar chicane. Maybe we got a little bit of run here by Berthiaume.
Yeah, look at that run that Berthiaume is getting now. He's going to get right up to the rear bumper. He is there. He is going to make a move off the NASCAR 4 here. Look at this, already to the rear bumper, not even to the exit yet. Maybe a little bit of bumper business going on here. He goes to the outside. Once again, the Ferrari power on the outside, trying to make something happen here across the start-finish line and going into turn 1. This is the battle for the GTD class right now as Rafael Santos and Brian Berthiaume now coming through turn 1. Rafael getting that spot once again as now here comes the GTP leader of Logan Ragione.
Yeah, here comes the overall leader, Logan Ragione, to the inside of Berthiaume. He's going to make that move. Now Santos is in front of him. Nice move there by Logan to get by these GTD guys. As you can see, Santos continuing to try and hold back the 27 of Berthiaume. This is incredible racing. Absolutely insane up here at the front as Logan is now getting through the traffic here at Daytona.
Logan doing a phenomenal job at the moment. It looks like he is just about 6.5 seconds ahead of second place at the moment. What a great job he is doing so far, but we got another battle here. This is for the lead here for the LMP2 class. Cameron Keeley still leading this field. Eric Molinati now chasing him down as they get through lap traffic here. It's tight, and he gets through. What a move by that 46 LMP2 to stay on the rear bumper of Cameron Keeley.
Yeah, this battle has been raging. It's been about 3/4 tenths of a second or less these last couple laps. The 46 of Molinati really applying the pressure to Cameron Keeley as we're going to enter NASCAR 1 and 2 now. As he's going to lose a little bit of time here on exit. Cameron Keeley doing a fantastic job getting the power down here into NASCAR 1 and 2. But let's see what he can do here down the backstretch and into Lamar chicane as he's going to try and close this gap to Cameron Keeley, who was your pole sitter for LMP2 in this race. Here it is. We're going to see what they can do here into Lamar chicane.
Now coming into the bus stop here, Cameron Keeley holding on strong, or trying to at least, but it looks like Eric Molinati is going to be getting the draft here. A little bit of lap traffic, but it is okay here. You get a little bit of draft off of him and a little bit of a slingshot to get back to the rear bumper of the guy in front. In this case, Cameron Keeley. Look at this. He's to the outside. He's coming into the trioval now, side by side, across the line. Eric Molinati on the outside. Cameron Keeley in the 63 on the inside, but it looks like the 46 machine is going to relent that position once again to Cameron Keeley as they tried to battle a little bit with the GTD there, the Porsche GTD. Now coming into International 1, this is an opportunity, and he does not take it. It is still Cameron Keeley leading this field.
Yeah, a lot of patience being shown here by Molinati. Did not want to force this on the outside into turn 1. Maybe the little bit of GTD traffic he was hoping would slow down the 63 of Keeley, but through the dogleg and now here into the West Horseshoe, the 46 aggressive on the brakes. He's been so good in this inner road course section, but then Cameron Keeley really thrives, getting the power down here off of this corner onto NASCAR 1 and 2's banking, and that's where he pulls a little bit of a gap here on Molinati, as Molinati goes a little wide again. Wow, we got some big traffic here into Lamar chicane, nearly side by side. Unbelievable. Blake Nave leading this group here. Unbelievable.
4 cars now battling for P5 here. This is Blake Nave, Jordan Whiting, Max Foner, and Aaron Kraulick. Aaron Kraulick on the recovery of a lifetime here at the moment as these guys continue to duke it out for a top 5 position in the GTP class. Coming across the start-finish line, Blake Nave again leading Jordan Whiting at the moment. Jordan Whiting here in an Acura GTP coming in through turn 1 now. He got a little loose there on the exit, losing a little time here to Blake Nave. Now going into International 1, he is getting some more pressure from behind of Max Foner. Max Foner back here now, who was just battling with Gregory Shaw. Gregory Shaw getting a great lead in front of these guys, about 6.5 seconds now, as these guys continue to duke it out for P5.
Yeah, you got 4 GTP cars, like Tom said, right here in a battle. You got Blake Nave leading Jordan Whiting, and then you've got Foner in the mix, as well as Kraulick. We saw him dead sideways off the West Horseshoe on the first lap. He is on the recovery trail of a century right now. As we exit off of into NASCAR 1 and 2 now, these guys are continuing to battle it out here down this banking into the backstretch now. Unbelievable battles.
Yeah, back here we had another big battle for P5 back in the LMP2 class. DeMarcus Rogers, Daniel Platos, and Kevin Millard have been going back at it. Switching positions quite a bit. Kevin had fallen back about a second and a half behind these guys. They caught lap traffic, and now Kevin has pulled it right back in. So this battle for fifth in the LMP2 class is really heating up with all this lap traffic in the GT3 cars.
Yes, absolutely. This has been a battle going on for a long time here, and these guys have been trading positions for a while as we've had a lot of lap traffic interaction here going on between the LMP2s, the GTDs, and the GTPs now in this race. Kevin Millard now right behind Daniel Plotas as they go into the bus stop now, and there's a little bit of lap traffic issue now as you can see the LMP having to slow up a lot, giving a lot of time back to Kevin Millard now into NASCAR turn 3.
Yeah, as you see the 7-Eleven car, what a beautiful scheme that is as he continues to lead as Millard is actually going to close this gap here through NASCAR 3 and 4. Can he set some up here into turn 1? This is going to be interesting. He's going to get a good toe here across the front stretch. He's going to close it down to less than a car length. He's in a 7-Eleven, maybe a little defensive here, trying to throw maybe a block here into turn 1. I don't know what the 58's going to do here to the outside with a little crossover. He's going to get to the bumper here through 1. Oh, he runs wide. That's going to kill some time here through the S's as the 7-Eleven of Pilatus continues to hold this P6 position as Millard is digging behind him.
Absolutely. Now coming through International 1, these cars are going to go into this dogleg, this real fast left-hander now. No brakes applied for these guys as they go into International 2. As you can see, the 7-Eleven of Daniel Plotas having a very good car, but it looks like the 58 has something to challenge for him. This is for P7, P6 in the LMP2 class. These guys are duking it out like they're racing for the race win at the moment. Let's go back up front here to Jordan Whiting, as Jordan Whiting is now coming under attack by Max Foner going into turn 1.
Oh, we got a crash. We got a car in the barrel at the exit of pit road. It is Max Foner. Max Foner has just crashed at the entrance of pit road there. It looked like there was a little bit of contact with Jordan Whiting as they came through turn 1.
Oh, he's broke.
He's big broke.
Oh, there he goes.
He goes wide. Yep, he just sent it back into the barrels. We got another car around. It was Jordan Whiting that he had made contact with coming into turn 1.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Max Foner now having to tow back to pit road. And you can see him here on screen. And it looks like his race might be over here. We still got a long ways to go between these guys. But look at this. Daniel Plotas, Kevin Millard now going into turn 1 with this battle heating back up.
Yeah, as this battle continues to rage on, we actually had a lead change in LMP2. You see that Molinati has gotten by Cameron Keeley. He is now your new leader in LMP2. As we see Cameron Keeley losing time here as he has gotten past Santos. And then you see Brad B back there in the 27, still running behind Santos in P2 in the GTD class.
Absolutely. Eric Molinati capitalizing on what it looked like a little bit of lap traffic there coming into play. Cameron Keeley must have had a little bit of struggles there getting through that GTD field. And now we see a new leader in the LMP2 class. That's Eric Molinati with a 1.5 second lead at the moment. Let's go back to our GTD guys as we got a good battle going on here between Peter Cheney and Ethan Amberg.
Yes, now you see an LMP2 car to the outside. That's the 194 of Pressy. Wow, what a move. 3 wide there down the backstretch. Going to maybe go side by side. No, they thought better of it. That was probably not going to work through the Lamar chicane. As you see, these guys continue to battle out. This is P3 and P4 here in this battle. The 12 of Amberg chasing down Cheney through NASCAR 3 and 4. He's going to get a good tow here through 3 and 4. Can he set something up here? Can he get close enough to make a move here across the front stretch or into turn 1?
Yeah, I got an update on the Max Foner incident. Max was trying to send it down to the inside of Jordan Whiting for position in turn 1, and he locked it up. He did not make contact with Whiting. There was plenty of space, but he locked it up, and that locked up sent his car into the barrels right at the exit of pit road there. So unfortunate breaks for Max Foner, and a really, really good battle for, I believe it was P5 or P6 at the time in the GTP class.
Absolutely. There you have it. As we see this battle heating up here between Peter Cheney and Ethan Amberg, now coming through International 1. Looks like Peter Cheney is putting a little bit more speed down to the track at the moment as Ethan Amberg can't keep up. It looks like he's got a little bit of faster cars coming around him at the moment. That's an LMP2 coming through International 2 at the moment. Oh, look at this. Peter Cheney getting that line taken away by the LMP2 car. The 0-2 of Rob Collier coming into the battle in clutch between Peter Cheney and Ethan Amberg. Alexander Light is here now looking to pounce on this situation.
Yo, this is a bunch of cars here under a blanket. As now Amberg is going to get a run here on Cheney. Cheney got stacked up a little bit there through the road course section with the 0-2 of Rob Collier, who's making the pass in this prototype. Amberg right to the bumper. Here comes another GTP into the, or an LP2, excuse me, to the outside. That's 47 of Rogers. But here comes Amberg to the outside. You have Cheney. We're going to maybe go side by side here in the Le Mans chicane. No, he thinks better of it. He's going to allow him to have that inside position. Probably was not a good opportunity again here in the Le Mans chicane to go side by side. That's 2 laps in a row. He had a chance, just didn't have anything materialize for him. As you see Alexander Light getting into this mix. We got 3 of these boys under a blanket here.
Yeah, absolutely. Now coming off of NASCAR 4. Watch this 12 car. Ethan Amberg might be able to get a
GTD.
Oh, we sure do. Look at this. Brian Berthome. He's to the inside of Rafael Santos into turn 1. He's going to take over that P1 position. Brian Berthome now coming through the S's with the 65 of Rafael Santos all over his rear bumper. Here comes Rob Collier to the inside. He's going to try to make a pass on Rafael Santos here to try to get that position, and he does make it happen. Rafael losing a lot of time at the moment. Rob Collier now coming through the dog leg and coming into International 2. He's going to come to the inside of Brian Berthome as now they complete International 2, and it looks like there's another LMP2 car right there trying to make something happen on the inside of Brian. But look at this. Brian, he is going to be able to hold off Rafael Santos for the moment. A half second between these 2 cars.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you there, Tom. Just saw the battle for the lead there, and it was getting exciting there across the front stretches. Now Brad B is going to lead this GTD field right now at the moment through NASCAR 1 and 2. As you saw those LMP2s go by, we'll see what the battle is like here behind them. I believe we still had Cheney and Amberg still going at it here behind these boys. That would be for P4 and 5 as they are side by side. There's a big wad of cars there headed for the Le Mans chicane.
Yes, that is correct. That battle with Rob and DeMarcus Rogers for position in the LMP2 car has slowed down the leaders enough that this 3-4 car battle behind them in the GT3 class of Cheney, Amberg, and Light has slowly been catching up to the leaders. Now with Santos and Brian getting back together here, I'm sure that they'll pull away a little bit, but this did bring those 3 cars behind them in that battle a lot closer.
Yes, absolutely. In the chat, Joseph Clapp, what happened to Cabani? It looks like he had a little bit of troubles there at the beginning of this race, finding himself all the way back P39 overall at the moment. As this battle continues to heat up here for the GTD class, this is a great battle going on for the leaders at the moment, and it's one thing to have 2 of the same car, but it's 2 different cars. We got a Porsche and a Ferrari going after it, with the Ferrari now leading this GTD pack with Brian Berthome behind the wheel. Rafael Santos grabbing the pole for tonight in that Porsche, now relenting that P1 position to Brian and finds himself in P2. Here comes your TTP leader, Logan Raggioni, now trying to find his way around these lap cars.
Yeah, Raggioni's going to clear these guys. They gave him a lot of room there, a lot of respect by these drivers, but Brad B, maybe a little sideways there getting into NASCAR 1. Santos was not able to make that advantage to get closer to him, maybe get right in his toe here through NASCAR 1 and 2. Try to close this gap up for the Le Mans chicane. As Santos is closing this gap here off of NASCAR 2. Oh, here comes a prototype to the inside. That's a 7-Eleven there. Oh my goodness. Here comes another one to the inside. This is going to get tight here in the Le Mans chicane. Oh, big clearance there. Unbelievable move. As it looks like Santos is going to lose a little bit of time there as we see another prototype going through. This is incredible racing here.
Absolutely. Rafael Santos still keeping that gap between himself and Brian B. Very relevant here. About 3/10 now coming into the dog leg at Daytona here, coming across the start-finish line. Brian, he is going to be holding on to this position of P1 pretty well now going into turn 1. Brian B. still leading this pack at the moment and doing a great job to keep that car straight. No mistakes. And putting together a great race so far here with the GTD class. Brian Berthome still out front.
Yes, we got mass pit stops here in the GTD class. I believe that was 3 through 7 just hit pit lane, led by Cheney and Amberg. So here we go. Change up the strategy here early in this race, getting some fresh tires, maybe an undercut towards your leaders. They weren't too far behind your GT leaders, so this could be a great opportunity with this undercut. We'll see how this all blends out when everybody makes their pit stop. But it looks like Amberg might be able to beat Cheney here off a pit lane. This could get tight here. It looks like Cheney's going to have that inside line.
Oh, contact!
In the pit lane. Drama here on pit exit.
Ethan Amberg trying to find a way around this 369 of Peter Cheney this whole time and tried to beat him off of pit road. Not going to happen this time as Peter Cheney does come out in front of that number 12 Porsche. Now coming out of International 1, he's going to have a car buffer between these two guys. Ethan Amberg finding himself at the bottom of that strategy right now. Dakota Moniz coming off of International 2 had a little bit of a moment there going into the grass and in through the dog leg. I sincerely apologize for the computer issues as we see a lot happening on track, a lot to process, and not getting the best picture quality. Big apologies here. We got a big inside run here for pit road. Look at this. This is leaders for the GTD.
Yes, big pit stops are happening as we see a lot of your GTP cars on pit lane. These are your leaders in GTD hitting pit lane. Mass pit stops going on right now in this race. There's Logan Ragioni, your race leader, overall leader here in the GTP class. He is making his pit sequence. That's going to cycle Bird to the lead. Ryan Bird in the 49. As we still see pit stops here in the front of the GTD class. This is unbelievable here. Lots of great racing action. Pit stops continuing to happen here as Logan is done with his stop. And he's exiting now.
Now coming off of pit road here, Ryan Bird does take over overall leader at the moment, coming off of NASCAR 2 here and down the back straightaway to find himself going into the bus stop. This is going to be very interesting. How much longer can Ryan Bird go in that Cadillac versus the Acura of Logan Ragioni? The fuel mileage here may be the difference that we may see. I know with these really long races, we see a lot of differing strategies. Maybe strategies at the beginning don't really matter that much. But with that being said, here comes the Cadillac down pit road.
Yeah, your race leader, Ryan Bird, heading down pit lane. We'll see if Krawlik, he's 26 seconds behind. We'll see if he matches. But wow, even with the pit stop, Logan Ragioni is putting together a fantastic pace in this race. He is already cycled out to P3, even with a pit stop. Unbelievable here. As we only, I believe Krawlik is the last one left in the GTP class to make a pit stop here. We'll see if he matches. Here it is. He's on pit lane as well. So that'll cycle everybody through pit lane in your GTP class. We're going to see maybe some LMP2 pit stops here soon. We haven't really seen a whole lot of action on pit lane out of the LMP2 class, as it looks like Brad B is continuing to lead the GTD. We got Molinati leading the LMP2, and I believe Logan is going to recycle to the lead here in GTP.
Yeah, speaking of the LMP2 cars, this battle for P4 between Rob Collier and DeMarcus Rogers is really heating up. Rogers was almost able to make the pass through him after they came out of the bus stop on the backstretch into turn 3, but Rob was able to keep the momentum. Rob had gotten a little squirrely in the middle of the bus stops, which allowed Rogers to get behind him. But this battle is still heating up with pit stops coming up. It'll be interesting to see if Rogers will try to play an undercut or if Rob will try to do the same with him.
Yes, now coming across the start-finish line, not being able to see anything that's happening going into turn 1, which is great here. We're going to be seeing a little bit of a battle here with Gregory Shaw and Cameron Keeley, of which we're trying to show you, but it will not work for us. Eric Molinari still leading this LMP2 battle going into International 1 as Greg Shaw does overtake Cameron Keeley for overall P4. Eric Molinari going the distance right now with that fuel mileage and doing a great job in doing so, leading this field at the moment, just about 2.1 seconds over Cameron Keeley in P2 in the LMP2 class. So far, overall, P3. That's pretty good for LMP2 at the moment, doing, again, a fantastic job just keeping that car straight, keeping that car clean for the beginning of this race, which is the most difficult. The beginning of these endurance races seem to be the most difficult with all the cars on track.
Yes,
I
we were
believe-
talking about pit stops in the LMP2 class. Rob Collier came back. He did not pit. However, DeMarcus Rogers did come down pit road. I would expect Rob Collier to be following up here, probably on this lap to avoid the undercut. But we'll have to be watching that battles when DeMarcus Rogers comes off pit road to see if he's able to make that pass on Rob through pit strategy.
Because we saw some craziness right there in the Lamasha Kane, Gregory Shaw. He's P3 in the GTP class, trying to get by your leader in the LMP2 class, Lamasha Kane. Had to think better of it there. Did not want to go side by side in the Lamasha Kane, but here comes Gregory Shaw, gonna make this pass on the LMP2 race leader Molinati. Moving, Gregory Shaw continuing his pursuit through the field up to P3 in the GTP class, doing a fantastic job. As Molinati still not electing to make a pit stop here. Let's just see how far he can go, as everybody around him is beginning to make their pit stops in the LMP2 class. And you got Cameron Keeley back there 2 seconds. And now Pressey running P3. He's down pit lane now.
All right, Nicholas Pressey now down pit lane. That is for P3. Rob Collier now coming down pit lane as well. We'll see how that battle comes out between himself and DeMarcus Rogers as these two LMP2s come down pit lane. Right now, though, the 46 of Eric Molinati coming out of International 2. Now, we're going to be seeing if he's going to be able to pit this time, if he can go another lap with the fuel mileage that he is getting, which is extremely impressive at this moment in time. A P4 overall so far for Eric as he continues on in his LMP2 car, going past these GTD battles and GTD lap cars and doing it ever so with lots of precision and doing a great job keeping that car clean. Off of NASCAR 2 now coming down the back straightaway.
Yes, here comes Stamp, that in the 81 GTP car. He's going to try and close this gap. This is for an overall position since Molinati still hasn't made a pit stop yet. Still leading the LMP2 class through the Lamasha Kane. Got a great run off Lamasha Kane, but look how fast this GTP of Stamp is. Gets a great run off Lamasha Kane. He's going to take it to the outside like Gregory Shaw did last lap by side here through NASCAR 3 and 4, off of NASCAR 4 now. Looks like Eric Stamp's going to make that move as here comes Molinati. No, he's not going to make a pit stop. He is. Here he comes. Your race leader in LMP2.
All right, race leader is in. Cameron Keeley is in as well. These top two cars, we'll see what Malliard can do now coming out of the bus stop and into NASCAR 3. These guys are going to be on the same lap at the moment, so Kevin might be having a little bit of an undercut here. Might be working out for him unless he hasn't made a pit stop yet. We'll see here. He has not made a pit stop. He's going to make a pit stop this time by. That is your top three now coming down pit road. Let's see where Nick Pressey is at. He is through NASCAR 3 and 4 at the moment. We'll see what he can do when he blends out with these top three cars.
Yeah, Pressey doing a great job. Did that early pit stop, a little bit of undercut. He's going to be going into Lamasha Kane now. Let's see if he can gain some ground to your race leaders. Molinati was doing just a phenomenal job once he got the lead of controlling the lead. Stretch this thing out on fuel like Tom said, and then you bring your top three in. Pressey still P4 here as it looks like Molinati and Keeley are on pit exit now. Can he leap Mallard here, going through the front stretch now, headed for the start-finish line and then into turn 1.
Coming across start-finish line, Nicholas Pressey does pass Kevin Maillard. Now still in pit road at the moment. As you can see there, Nicholas Pressey getting that undercut done and is going to get a very impressive gap between himself and Kevin. He is now 12.7 seconds behind Cameron Keeley, and look at this, a 5.7 second lead between Eric Molinati and Cameron Keeley. That's for P1 and P2 LMP2 class here tonight at Daytona.
We were talking about that battle with Rob and DeMarcus Rogers. Sorry to interrupt you, Jay. The battle between Rob and DeMarcus Rogers for 5th in the LMP2 class. DeMarcus Rogers was not able to make the undercut work. Rob came out 5 or 6 seconds ahead of him after the pit stop. So it was interesting to see that strategy did not work. Usually the uppercut is very strong. Also, Aaron Kralik on a comeback back up to P6 has now gotten around Jordan Whiting and seems to be pulling away from him on his efforts to come back up and hopefully try to still score a podium finish out of today.
Yeah, some great racing so far as it looks like Molinati, even through that pit sequence, I think he gained about 3 seconds here on Cameron Keeley. It was just under 3 seconds, probably about 2.5 on the pit entry. So execution is key here in the LMP2 class with Molinati getting a fantastic pit stop. Now we are on board. I believe this is the number 01 of Aaron Kralik here. Beautiful orange paint scheme. Tide ride, I would like to say, here going through NASCAR 1 and 2 now as he is continuing to run his pace. About 4 seconds behind Blake Nave in P5, about 3 seconds ahead of Jordan Whiting, as you can see him coming to frame now behind him in that McDonald's car. Headed for Le Mans Chicane now on board here with Aaron Kralik.
We had a little bit of a wreck here coming onto the NASCAR circuit off of the road course. Chris Wheeler around in that number 71 Porsche and getting it back on track here. A little bit of right front damage to that Porsche, that GTD Porsche, number 71, as he comes off of NASCAR 2. Now, some damage here early in the race can really affect the outcome of your race here. And it looks like Chris Wheeler just hitting, well, that'd be a terrible adjective to describe this, but not having good luck here for the beginning of the race, finding himself currently outside of the top 11 for the GTD class, way in the back here as he tries to recover from a couple of early mistakes. Now, let's go back to the front here. We've got this battle continuing here between Brian B. and Rafael Santos, P1 and P2 for the GTD class.
Yeah, these guys have been battling all day long, swapping positions, and now Santos reapplying the pressure here to Brian B. Brian B is going to lead him here into turn 1. As you see Santos get real aggressive on the brakes, he's going to close this gap down to under a car length here. Through the S section now, headed for the International Horseshoe. As you see Santos, he's going to fall right in the tracks here of the 27 of Brian B. As you see, Santos is just so aggressive here on the brakes. He's not going to get the drive off he wants here. Into the dog leg now, this left-hander, real aggressive left-hander, full throttle, full send to this moment here. Brad B continues to hold the lead, grabbing a little bit of apron there as Santos continues to attack here into the West Horseshoe to see what he can do here on exit.
Jay, I think this is a great opportunity now to go on board with the car. Let's go on board with Rafael Santos as he continues to chase down the car in front of him, Brian B, and his trek to get back up to the front. This is some great racing, but not so great video quality as we go through NASCAR turns 1 and 2. As you can see, he's trying to get that draft behind the number 27 Ferrari in front of him, Brian B, coming down the back straightaway and into the bus stop. Now look at this, some real heavy braking here by Brian B. A little bit more conservative by Rafael coming through these set of corners here. And now off of the bus stop and into NASCAR 3. That draft is going to help him a lot now through NASCAR 3 and 4 and across the start-finish line. We'll see where he ends up here as this battle might heat up going into turn 1.
Yeah, Rafael Santos doing everything he needs to do, just keep this 27 at bay. He's getting a great draft here. You see him just close the gap here. Maybe a little bit of disturbance here in the air behind us. 27 of Brian B. Can he make a move here to turn 1? No, he's not going to be able to make a move. Oh, aggressive on the brakes again. He's going to get right there to the bumper of the 27 into turn 1. Now through the S section now, you're going to see Brian B. stretch his gap out a little bit, showing how aggressive the 65 was on braking. As now you see, here comes your race leader, Logan Raggioni, in the GTB class, gets right up behind the 65 of Santos. That was a little tight there. Does he make a move to the inside? Oh, this is going to get tight here into the dog leg. He's going to make that move before we get there. That was good for both those drivers not to have to battle it out through that dog leg section. Is now Santos again aggressive on the brakes here in the West Horseshoe.
Yep, this is currently your closest battle on track at the moment. This is the lead for the GTD class between Brian B and Rafael Santos. Now, with this being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into a full throttle segment to let these guys duke it out. Maybe turn up a couple of sounds for you guys to let you hear the cars as they go around here at Daytona for the season opener here with the Nexus Sim Racing Leagues. at it again here with Brian B leading the GTD field once again. Some of your closest battles on track is actually right here. Javon Thompson and Evan Wilmette coming through turns 1. Or coming through the S's now. Javon does make that pass on the 280 LMP2 here. Now coming through International 1. Javon doing a great job there to make that overtake as he finds himself, let's see, in the top 10 it looks like. And Javon carries on through International 2.
Yes, these guys are going to continue to battle it out here into NASCAR 1 and 2. As you see, I believe Javon moved himself with that pass up to a P7 position past Guillemette. So that is a great run here so far by Javon. Currently still, we'll go over your race or your leaders here in each class. Logan Raggioni still leading GTP. Molinati still leading LMP2, and Brad Berthium still leading in the GTD class as we continue on here. We're 51 minutes into this race. We're closing in towards the we're a little past halfway point now. So amazing racing we've seen so far. Oh, look at this, it's gonna get tight. As you see the 50, or what is that, the Guillemette car to 280 looking to the rear bumper here of Javon. This is unbelievable here through NASCAR 3 and 4. He's going to try to make a move here. He's going to get right up to the rear bumper here across the finish line.
Here he goes, still side by side with Javon and the 280 of Evan Guillemette now coming into turn 1. They're going to go side by side now. Javon making a huge apex here, trying to keep that position. It's not going to happen. Now they're going to get into some lap traffic here of that GTD BMW. It looks like that's Alexander Light. Now it is Alexander Light coming through International 1 to the inside. Javon makes that pass on that GTD car, now setting his sights ahead of him to Evan Guillemette, now coming in International 2.
Yeah, as he loses this position to Guillemette, he's going to try and maybe make a move back. It was a great move there by Guillemette to get the run there through the NASCAR oval section. Can Javon re-challenge back here? He's going to get aggressive on the brakes here in this final corner before we get into the NASCAR 1 and 2, as it looks like he's going to not be able to get the throttle down like Guillemette did. This is where Javon was good last time by, though. He did get a pretty good entry into La Manche Chicane, but Guillemette did get a better exit to La Manche Chicane, and that's what allowed him to make that pass. As we're going to barrel down the back stretch, we got some more GT traffic here in front. See the lights by Guillemette, trying to let him know, here I am, to the inside through the La Manche Chicane.
He gets it done here through the La Manche Chicane, and now Javon Thompson, he's coming off the exit behind that BMW GTD car, and he's going to lose some time here to Evan in front of him. Now, Brian Berthome coming down pit road. This is for the lead in the GTD class. Brian, Rafael, and Clayton Sanchez now coming down pit road with just a little over halfway here at Daytona. Couple tires going on. Rafael Santos, Brian Berthome now trying to get back ahead of the 65. Let's see if he can do it here with pit stops now in play. That's Alexander Light in P3 with the GTD cars. He's going to put some tires and fuel in it as well. We'll see how this all plays out here. Brian coming off a pit, and he does get a good, decent gap between himself and Rafael Santos. As you can see, the gap there coming down pit road.
Yeah, this battle's been unrelenting all night long, even down pit lane. This battle is going to be heated up, and this is probably going to be the battle for the win of this race.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sorry for a little bit of technical issues there. We have a little bit of news, though. We had some big off tracks, big accidents happening here. Logan Raggioni being a part of that. The other one, Jordan Whiting, also being a part of that. Looks like Jordan Whiting is now off track at the moment, not in the race. Logan still finding himself P1 at the moment with Gregory Shaw now coming down to pit road. But we're going to do a little side-by-side action now with some broadcast going on. And we're going to show you guys what happened first off to Jordan Whiting. Let's go ahead and get that brought up for you. All right. So we've got Dallas on screen now. Dallas, talk us through what happened here with Jordan Whiting.
Looks like Jordan Whiting was coming through turn one, looks like he ran the corner a little wide, ended up hitting the rumble strips. Car got held sideways from underneath him, and he hit the wall right at pit exit. Ended up blocking the track, and Evan comes running in and just drills him, sending Jordan barrel rolling through the air, and ultimately ending his race and Evan's race. We'll go back and watch that one again. Spins out, hits the end of pit wall, does block the track. Evan comes in here and the LMP too hard and just drills him, ending both of their races.
So 2 cars out of this race with that. That's Jordan Whiting and the LMP2 car of, who was that, Dallas?
That was Evan. What was
Evan Guillemette?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Evan Guillemette. Out of this race so far. So, then we got the second one now. Let's look and see what happened to Logan Raggioni. A little bit of troubles for him. Fortunate enough, though.
Gotta find the lap here quick. It was a couple of laps ago.
Okay. Well, as Dallas finds that, we'll go ahead and just kind of go through our top 3 for GTP, LMP2, and GTD. So right now, overall leader, Logan Raggioni still out front, even though having a little bit of issues here. Ryan Bird in P2 with the GTP class. And then we got Greg Shaw in P3, having a great run tonight in that BMW GTP. Now we'll go to our LMP2 class. Eric Molinati leading the LMP2. Cameron Keeley in P2 at the moment, 10 seconds behind him. Kevin Mallard now in P3 with the LMP2 class, coming through International 1, currently 48, almost 49 seconds behind Cameron Keeley. Now for our GTP battle, Rafael Santos has found himself around Brian B. Now 3.64 seconds ahead of him, leading the GTP class. Brian B. in P2 at the moment. Again, with all that information just said, Ethan Amberg in the number 12 Porsche in P3 at the moment. He's got 19.5 seconds between him and Brian B. in the GTD class, coming off of International 1 right now. There's not a lot of battles happening on track, as we've got lots of cars getting spread out at the moment. This is our closest battle on track. Aaron Kralik and Eric Stamp, as you can see both of them on screen now coming through the dog leg.
Yes, Kralik is doing a great job. We saw him on lap 1 coming off of the Western Horseshoe, go sideways, fell all the way back into LMP2 traffic. He's driven himself all the way up to a P4 position in this race. What a fantastic drive he has done. Show of perseverance here in the Tide Ride. As we are closing in, we got 14 minutes to go in this race. As you see Eric Stamp continuing to try and run down Kralik here. This is for a P4 position, as these guys are battling here, or driving here through NASCAR 1 and 2, headed for the backstretch in Le Mans chicane.
All right, Dallas, it seems like Dallas has the side-by-side action up. We're going to do that as we continue watch the battle here between Eric Stamp and Aaron Kralik. Dallas has the replay of what happened between Logan Raggioni and some other cars on track here. Dallas, walk us through what happened.
So this was, again, coming through turn 1. Logan was trying to get through some lap traffic. It looks like some GT3s and some LMP2s. Was able to clear the GT3s pretty quick coming through the S's, but coming in through the West Horseshoe, he was trying to get underneath Stephen Doughton. Threw it in there a little too hard, was not able to make the corner, ran into the side of Doughton, got sideways. Definitely lost a few seconds, but was able to keep going with minor damage.
Well, there you have it. Not a lot of big issues there, with Logan still being able to hold on to that P1 position. And now finding himself still P1 with a 15-second lead, almost 16 seconds to P2, as this battle between Aaron Kralik and Eric Stamp continues on. Eric is losing time to Aaron Kralik at the moment. And these guys are continuing to battle it out here in the GTD class. Again, not a lot happening on track. Just our leaders having some pretty massive gaps between themselves in second place. Again, your leaders in each class, Logan Raggioni, Eric Molinati, and Rafael Santos. These guys doing phenomenal jobs now to keep their cars up front.
I believe we just saw a pit stop there by Cameron Keeley. I'm not sure if that is correct or not, but his gap now is 38 seconds behind. Looks like he might be coming off a pit exit now. Oh, big moves late in this race. Do we see another round of pit stops out of the LMP2 classes? We are seeing some pit stops. I believe we got Evan Guillemet in the 280 LMP2 on pit lane. We see Matt Yost on pit lane as well. So multiple pit stops here towards the end of this race. We got just under 12 minutes remaining here at Daytona as Keeley continues to run P2 with that pit stop, 38 seconds behind your race leader. We might have a little battle here between Rob Collier and Rogers. That's for P5 in the LMP2 class. Maybe your closest battle on track here. We'll see Rogers here in the 47 closing this gap to the Oral-B dentist car, as Rob Collier likes to say, here in that LMP2 car. Continuing to run P5 as Rogers, he's going around the outside of Amberg there. That is your P3 in the GTD class. This battle's heating up here, Tom. We might have some action here for P5 and LMP2.
Yeah, absolutely. Now here comes the 47, DeMarcus Roberts in International 1. Trying to get back to the rear bumper of Rob Collier here. Rob Collier holding on to that top 5 or P5 position, now coming through the dog leg. DeMarcus, a real fast left-hander here now going into International 2. And we'll see, look at that braking performance by the 47, getting back to the rear bumper of Rob Collier now, coming out of International 2. Look at him now, coming off the final corner in the road course and coming on to NASCAR 1. He's going to get that draft now. Let's see if he does anything coming down the back straightaway.
Yes, you pointed out perfectly, Tom. I think that's exactly what Rogers wanted here, was to stay behind Collier on the exit there of that corner here into the banking section of this racetrack to get that toe on the back of Rob Collier. As we got a little bit of GTD action in front of these boys, this could play a factor here as we get into the little Lamar chicane. Let's see who's more aggressive on the brakes. Collier's aggressive. Oh, he's going to catch him in a bad spot. Here comes Rogers. Can he get the power down here off the Lamar chicane? Collier's going to be able to get by this GTD traffic, that BMW there, as it looks like Rogers was not able to take advantage of Collier through that really tight section here of the Lamar chicane.
Absolutely. Now coming off of turn 4, the 47 is going to lose a little ground to the 02 here of Rob Collier again in that P5 position. This is the closest battle on track at the moment, so these two guys still continuing to duke it out here tonight. Rob Collier holding on so far, coming through the S's. It looks like the 47's making a comeback here. Let's see what he can do through International 1 as he comes on to the brakes. Real hard braking zone here and off of the exit, and we'll see him come through the dog leg and down into International 2.
Yeah, this is where he made up a lot of ground last lap as he was really good through this dog leg section here into International 2. Let's see if he can get the power down here behind Collier and get enough of a gap close here where he can make a run down in the banking section off of International 2. He's about 3-4 car lengths behind Collier here. If he can get a good run off of this corner, this is crucial. Get the power down. Get right as close to behind Collier as you can. Catch that trap as we head through NASCAR 1 and 2 now, headed for the backstretch.
Now, this battle continues to heat up a little bit here, as well as this battle. Dakota Moniz now and Jesse Canales, the Lamborghini versus the BMW, now coming out of the final corner here of the road course and onto NASCAR 1. This could be a perfect opportunity for Jesse Canales now in that Lamborghini to try to get a draft here, coming through NASCAR 1 and 2 and come out and on top before the bus stop. Let's see what he can do here, coming off of NASCAR 2 with a little bit of toe, and he is making up ground. 3/10, now down to 2.5 now down to 2/10. He is making up a lot of time here through the bus stop on the rear bumper of Dakota Moniz now, coming off the bus stop and into NASCAR 3. He's going to get another draft here. Let's see what he can do with it.
Yeah, this was a a lot of distance up here to the guy in front of him. Moniz is leading Canales here. This is P5 and P6. As you see, Canales in the 76 closing this gap again, getting a good toe behind this 3 car. Can he close this gap enough to make a challenge into turn 1? He's got it down to 2 tenths, under 2 tenths now across the line. Can he make a move? Is he looking to the outside? Oh, he's looking to the inside. He's not going to be able to get there. Aggressive on the brakes. Maybe some bumper business here through turns 1. Through the S section, we got I believe that is your second place GTP car behind him. This can shake up this battle. Here comes Canales trying to make a move.
To the outside, an International 1. He's going to try to make something happen here. Maybe a little bit of a crossover move. Can't get it done. Here comes the GTP through now. He's going to try to get those positions and get out of this guy's way. Here comes Canales to the outside. Possibly no. Gets a little bit of grass there and into the dog leg, off the dog leg, and International 2. Let's see if the 76 Lamborghini can do anything here to the rear bumper. He's to the inside now. He's going to be on the outside on the exit of the road course. Side by side now through the final quarter.
This is going to get tight. Maybe contact there. The 76 of Canales runs wide. Can he get the power down? Can he stay in the toe here of the number 3 of Moniz? As we're going through NASCAR 1 and 2 now with all the banking, full throttle all the way around here. Gaining as much time as you can. It's up to 3 seconds. It is closing rapidly here as he's going to get a great run here down the backstretch. Last time he closed this gap really close. As now you got Cameron Keelan and LP2 going to get by both these boys here. He does. But here comes Canales. Can he make an opportunity out of this as Moniz maybe lost a little bit of entry side there with the 63 of Keeley getting to the inside of him as he's going to continue to follow him here 0.3 of a second behind here through NASCAR 3 and 4.
0.3 at the moment, and it is decreasing the gap between these 2 cars. The BMW out front, Dakota Moniz, Jesse Canales in the Lamborghini behind him. He's going to try to make a move here coming into the tri-oval. Let's see where he goes. He's going to take it to the outside across the start-finish line and going to dive it on down into turn 1. Side by side now into turn 1. That's the Lamborghini versus the BMW. The BMW had the preferred line now through turn 1 and coming through the S's. That's Dakota Moniz now holding on to that P5 position in the GTD class, and the Lamborghini continues to fight back.
Here we go. He's got it down to a car length here. We're going to head for the dogleg section. Can he get close enough to be able to put the power down or get on the brakes aggressive in International 2? Oh, he runs a really good line here. Does the 76 of Canales. He's going to close it down again to another car length. Oh, a little sideways maybe there by the 3 of Moniz. Here comes Canales, and we got more LMP2 action here. It looks, I think that's a 280 there behind him, as he's going to try and get close as he can, put the power down here. He's closer than he's been the last couple laps here. Tom, can he make a move?
Oh, the LMP2 now taking away that line that the 76 needed through NASCAR turn 1 and 2. Coming down the back straightaway, though, he's going to get the toe that he needs. Coming down the back straightaway, still stuck behind Dakota Moniz, as we see the LMP2s get by just fine here, now going into the bus stop. Jesse Canales has to set something up here now to try and get back at Moniz. As you can see him, he made up a lot of ground through the bus stop, and he's going to get that toe that he needs. It's down to 2.5 tenths now, and he's going to make a run on it now coming off of NASCAR 4. Watch this battle as it continues to heat up.
Canales is going to get a great draft here on the back of Moniz. He's closing this gap oh so rapidly. He's going to draw right up to the bumper, maybe bumper business. He goes to the outside. We're looking at wheel to wheel here across the line. Down here into turn 1. We got Canales on the outside. Moniz on the inside. Can he make it happen this time? No, he has to give way. Does not have the preferred position here into turn 1. It looks like the 3 of Moniz is going to continue to hold this position through the S's as we head for International Horseshoe.
This is a big battle going on here too, but back here, Aaron Kralik and Eric Stamp. This is for P4 at the moment with the GTP class. These guys have been going at it left and right. Right now, this is your closest battle on track. Coming through turns 1, they got lap traffic to deal with. Oh, so close there, almost making contact with that GTD. But the 0-1 of Aaron Kralik still holding on strong to that P4 position off of International 1. Jay, just under 4 minutes to go to decide who wins this race.
Yeah, the race is winding down here, and this battle for P4 and GTP is heating up. As you got Stamp in the 81, still closing this gap here to Kralik. Oh, little sideways off of the International 2, this is going to be a great opportunity here. Who gets the power down the best through this final corner as we get into NASCAR 1 and 2? Looks like Kralik did a fantastic job there. Can the 81 of Stamp use the toe, use the draft here through NASCAR 1 and 2 to gain this ground back to the Tide Ride off of NASCAR 2 down the backstretch? Who's going to be aggressive on the brakes as you see the 80 or the 01 of Kralik breaking a little bit of draft there, going to the inside down here into Le Mans chicane? Here comes Stamp.
All right, off the exit now, you're going to see this 81 car of Eric Stamp try to get the run that he needed through the bus stop there and getting that toe that he needs. He's already flashing the LMP2 in front of him. That's Aaron Kralik getting that done there. Aaron Kralik getting a toe as well from the LMP up in front and the GTD there. Looks like Eric Stamp might be in a little bit of trouble here going into turn 1. Going to have to deal with a little bit of lap cars. He's going to shove it on deep there into turn 1. Try to get to the inside of the LP2, and we got a car off. That's Jesse Canales and Dakota Moniz. They both crashed. They both crashed in turn 1.
Unbelievable. That was a battle there in the GTD class. Looks like Canales was able to make the move up to P5. Unbelievable. We'll come back and take a look. This is across the front straightaway, crossing the line here. As Canales got a great run on Moniz here, and he maybe goes to the inside. Contact was made. They went around. Unbelievable. But Canales keeps it going, and Moniz makes hard contact with the turn 1 wall.
That's what happened to Dakota Moniz and Jesse Canales there. We'll go back up to this battle between the GTPs of Eric Stamp and Aaron Kralik, now coming off the final corner of the road course and onto NASCAR turn 1. These guys still going at it. This is your closest battle on track.
Yeah, as we go through NASCAR 1 and 2, now headed for the backstretch. It looks like Canales has been able to pull just a little bit of a gap here to the 81 of Stamp. We'll see how they are aggressive here into the Le Mans section. There is some lap traffic in front that could come into play in this battle. As Stamp gets a great run here off of the Le Mans chicane, so does Kralik. He's going to be about 5 or 6 car lengths behind through NASCAR 3 and 4. Maybe a little too far back to grab the toe that he needs here across the front stretch. As here is the lap traffic in front of Kralik. He should be able to get by these guys pretty easily through this fast, long front straightaway as he goes to the outside. So does Stamp into NASCAR or into turn 1 now.
1 minute left for Logan Raggioni here in the GTP class coming into the bus stop now. Looks like we might have another lap in play here as he comes across the start-finish line. We're going to watch this here to see what happens. Maybe the white flag will fly, maybe not. As we see him coming through NASCAR turns 3 and 4. Man, what a race Logan Raggioni has been able to put on. Only one small mistake there, finding himself still out front. And we'll watch the flag man here to see if anything happens. No, we are going one more lap around. We're going to watch this battle continue to heat up for P4 with the GTPs.
Oh, Stamp tried to get to the outside of Kralik there. Kralik caught these LMP2s in a bad spot here. That's Javon Thompson. Oh, that might slow him down. Another GTD traffic here. He's going to thread the needle there. Oh my goodness, so does Stamp. Unbelievable 3-1 action there. Threading the needle, but Stamp is closer than he's been in the last few laps. Does he have an opportunity here? He's in the toe of the 01 of Kralik. What do they do here in the Le Mans section? Maybe a little aggressive on the brakes here.
Now coming through the bus stop, we're going to watch the 81 car of Eric Stamp try to get back to the rear bumper of Aaron Kralik. Not going to happen. He is losing time to Aaron Kralik right now. We're going to see if he can make up time as these guys continue to duke it out. We're going to go back to Logan Raggioni now as we are at the 1 hour 40 minute mark here at Daytona. Logan Raggioni putting on a show tonight with that Acura out front and making this race his own. The leader of the GTP class now coming through the bus stop, off the bus stop, and it looks like he'll be coming back on to the NASCAR turn 3, ready to take the white flag.
Yeah, here comes Logan Raggioni doing a fantastic job. Goes up against the wall. He had a little bit of an incident that we saw there with Steven Down, but it did not faze him. He has put together an absolutely flawless race here at Daytona. We'll see if he gets the white flag or the checker flag. It is the checker flag. Logan Raggioni is going to win the opener here at Daytona, the battle at the beach.
Logan Raggioni wins the GTP class. Eric Molinati wins the LMP2 class. And it looks like Rafael Santos is going to come off of NASCAR 2, and he's going to come down into the bus stop And he is going to come off the bus stop looking for that checker flag. Brian B was not able to hold up against Rafael Santos here tonight, and he finds himself 7.5 seconds behind your leader of Rafael Santos. Now, through NASCAR turn 3 and 4, we're going to watch this 65. Come off at turn 4 and come to the checker flag.
Yeah, Rafael Santos did a fantastic job, had a great battle with Brian Berthume. He is going to claim the dub here tonight in the GTD class. A fantastic drive here by Santos. Pulled a checkered.
What a great run by him as well. Some great battling happening for this 65 car. Finding himself up on top here tonight. What a great run.
There's like a parking lot down here at the end of turn 1. Everybody's doing donuts. There's a lot of people celebrating for 3 people who will, or more than 3 people are celebrating, and we only had 3 winners of the class. So I don't know if people are excited that they are done with 100 minutes of racing or if they made it through their unscathed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to get everybody in the Discord for a couple of interviews here, we're going to do the winners of each class, and then we will sign off for the night. So far, your winners for tonight, Logan Raggioni taking the GTP. Oh, as Eric Molinati finds himself P1 for the LMP2, and Rafael Santos finds himself P1 in the GTDs. Let's go ahead and try to get Rafael Santos in here. Let's see if he is in the Discord. He sure is. Let's go ahead and move him up to the broadcast. Rafael, this is Thomas and Jay and Dallas in the booth. You got a copy?
Hello, yeah.
Hey, what a race you ran there at the end. Look, you had some great battling there between yourself and Brian B. You found yourself stuck behind him, maybe stuck. I saw you lifting just a little bit on the straightaways there to stay in tow with Brian, but how was that battle coming out for you? Were you planning on that, and were you trying to save a little fuel at the same time?
Yeah, I was trying to save more fuel, so when I went to the pits, I wouldn't have to fuel that much on the last stint.
Oh, all right. So a little bit of games played here by Rafael. Looks like, or sounds like, you have ran a race like this once or twice before. You knew what you were doing there. But nonetheless, look, you come out here, you grab the pole for the race, you come out, you had a great battle between yourself and Brian, and you come out on top of that as well. Congratulations on your P1. I'm going to hand you off to Dallas, and then Dallas is going to hand it off to Jay here. But Dallas, what do you got for Rafael?
Rafael, that was an incredible race and probably the tightest competition in the whole field. That GT3 field is stacked. I mean, we were watching battles all day long between you and Brian, and then the next 3 or 4 cars were all under a blanket. Were you worried about the competition, and do you think you had a little bit extra on them all race long, or do you think Brian was going to get you there at the end?
Yeah, I really thought Brian would get me, because I heard that he would be really fast. Like on the qualifying, the last week, I got to know him, and he was fast. I almost lost the pole position, to be honest, for him or Enzo here, that they were really, really close to get that pole. I did by like 1/10 of a second, and on that race, I tried to. The only times I managed to, when I was in front of him, the only times I managed to get a little bit of space when he got he got like problems with managing traffic. That's the only way that I managed to get a good space between me and him.
Yeah, I mean, Brian put on an incredible effort there, and you happen to come out on top. Brian is a tremendous competitor. I've raced with him before, and always a clean racer, so it's good that you guys had a clean battle there. So I will, congratulations again on the win, and I will send you off to Jay.
Yes, Rafael, you had a fantastic race, just like Tom and Dallas touched on. Who do you have to thank for your amazing performance here tonight at Daytona?
I would thanks to Jess Canales and to Shia McCoy. They helped me on a little bit on this strategy. I had some experience before on this type of thing, trying to get the toll uh, lift a bunch of times on the braking zones on the batters 12 hours. I had that experience, but they also helped me on the last stint to clear my mind.
All right. Well, huge shout out to those guys. Congratulations on your win tonight, Rafael. And you got to be feeling good about yourself coming into this season. You got a couple races or a couple more races in front of you, and we'll definitely be looking for you out there on the racetrack. But once again, congratulations on your win, and Rafael, we hope to see you in the next one.
Thank you.
All right, that was your GTD winner for tonight. Let's go ahead and bring up your P1 finisher for LMP2, which is Eric Molinati. Eric, this is Thomas J. Dallas in the booth. How you doing?
Doing good, and yourself?
Oh man, having the time of my life right now watching this race unfold before our eyes. And look, you come out here, you qualify. Well, you didn't qualify, and you come out here and you win the LMP2 class. What a great run you had there. I have a couple questions, though, between the battles of yourself and Cameron Keeley, because it looked like Cameron Keeley may have had something for you there, but on track, it's a little bit of a different story. I'd like to hear from you. Did you feel maybe that Cameron can come back at you during the beginning parts of this race?
He looked like he had some pace in the beginning, but we were running to a fuel number, so we weren't flat out the whole time. And you can see there by the end, I think we had like a 35 or 40-second gap just due to the fact that we didn't take that last stop.
All right, so a little bit of fuel strategy coming into play there. Actually, that brings up another good point. During the first stint there, we saw you actually P3 overall and having that fuel mileage more than really most of the other LMP2s as well, but you kind of touched there on your fuel mileage game that you were playing there. Was that the plan coming into this race? Was that more of a game time call, or did you guys have a meeting with your team? What was the fruit of that?
This is all coming from the Daytona 24 that we did. I knew that I could stretch one extra lap, and by our calculations, it was just had to run our number and we'd be fine. And once I saw that Cameron was not going to hit that number, then I could back off and really just kind of run my race and make sure that we had plenty of fuel in the tank at the end.
Absolutely. Well, you pulled it off. You had a huge gap between yourself and Cameron Keeley there at the end. All, or not all due, but a good portion due to some strategy here and crunching some numbers there as well. Congratulations on your win. But look, I'm going to hand you off to Dallas here. He may have a little bit of questions for you, and then we'll hand you off to Jay, and we'll round out this interview. So, Dallas, that's all I got for Eric here. What do you got for him?
First off, congratulations again on the win. Great drive. Got a couple of weird ones for you. What was the hardest part about today's race to manage, and what was the most fun part of the race? I think that's the best way to word it. What was the most fun part of the race for you today?
The hardest part was the start. I wasn't really sure. I haven't raced with all these guys and these people, so really wasn't sure where everyone's at as far as skill level or pace. The most fun was just running my race and making sure I was able to keep that gap to Cameron under check and just be able to completely control the race from lap to lap. And you can see the times and the setup that the guys over at Geodesic and Hydro Race put together. It was just a really, really great car to drive.
All right, and I think that's the perfect transition there. Jay, what do you got for him?
Yes. What an amazing race you had tonight, Eric. Congratulations. And who do you have to thank for your amazing performance here?
Just like to thank the guys over at Hydro Race Geodesic. They're the ones that, we all worked hours and hours and hours for this Daytona setup for the beginning of the year, and it still holds true to this race as well. So just big thanks to those guys because we put in a lot of work to make that happen.
All right. Once again, congratulations on your season opening win here tonight, Eric. And look, I just got to ask one more thing. Who painted that car? Because that thing is absolutely beautiful.
That's all of our team cars over at Geodesic. Top level team over there, running a lot of top splits. I don't have the I rating to do top splits, but a lot of the guys there do. But they're the ones that the mastermind, and Geodesic's been around for I think over a decade now. So they've got their stuff dialed.
Yeah, absolutely. A beautiful paint scheme, a beautiful run tonight by Eric Molinati, getting the dubs here in the season opening. Congratulations once again. And Eric, we hope to see you in the next one.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you on the next one.
All right, that was your P1 for the LMP2 class. Let's go back and get Logan Raggioni up here, as he is your overall winner for tonight. And let's get him up here in the broadcast booth. Logan, this is Thomas, Jay, and Dallas in the booth. You got a copy?
I'm here.
Logan, what a run you had tonight. You come out here, started on pole, ran away from the field. Although we had a little bit of trouble there through International 1, some contact there with a LMP2. What happened there? Was it a little bit of miscommunication? Did we just see just a racing accident?
Which one? I had a couple. One with SK and one with, I think it was Rob.
Either.
Okay, so both. I do want to apologize. The one with SK, he broke a little earlier than I anticipated, and instead of running to the back of him, I moved to the right, and it kind of looked like a dive bomb. And I was hanging around his right quarter, and I guess he didn't see me and turned in, which is completely my fault. I take responsibility. And then the one with Rob, I just got past the guy behind him. I forget who it was. And I just went too deep myself as I was on worn tires, because that Acura eats up tires. I took tires every stop except for the last one, which was a splash and dash. And I locked up and grazed his rear. I haven't taken a look at the replay, but that's just what I saw from my cockpit cue.
And really where I was going with this was, even though you had a little bit of issues on track with some lap cars there, the LMP2s, you still find yourself with a commanding lead over second place. The dominance that we saw tonight in that number 44 Acura, in the setup in the car, even the driver was just beyond what anybody could catch here. So tell us a little bit about your setup practices, maybe the driving practices that you went through for this race tonight.
Honestly, this race went way better than I thought it would go, because I'm going to be honest, I've done very little practice in this Acura. I did maybe a couple hours of qualifying practice before last week's qualifying session, and maybe 20 laps total in the Acura between last week and now. But I've done several hundred, maybe 1,000 laps in the Cadillac from when I ran that in the Daytona 24. So I was pretty confident in my abilities in a GTP around here, just not the difference between Cadillac and Acura.
Well, there you have it. Logan coming out here with just the dominant car, the dominant setup, the dominant strategy, and taking the win away here at the season opener, the Daytona Battle at the Beach here tonight. Congratulations, Logan, on your win. Look, I'm going to hand you off to Dallas here, and then Dallas is going to hand you off to Jay to round out this interview. But congratulations once again on your win. Dallas, that's all I got for Logan here. What do you got for him?
Well, you covered everything that I think was most exciting with him, was just a couple of incidents. Otherwise, it was pure domination. So I got a non-racing question for you tonight. It's a hot summer day. You're needing a nice cool treat. You go to your local Dairy Queen. What do you order?
I've actually, your jaws might drop, but I've never been to Dairy Queen in my life.
Oh, come on.
Do you live in the U.S.?
Yeah, but here's my reasoning. I'm gluten free because I have an allergy, so I can't eat at 90% of fast food restaurants.
Okay, so what's your go-to on a hot summer day to cool you off?
Shoot, a Chick-fil-A ice cream in a cup. They're right. They have the best ice cream out of any fast food restaurant.
There you go. I mean, that answers my question. There you go. I will send you off to Jay. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Yes, Logan, Congratulations, dominant performance. I just want to say I picked you at the top to win tonight, and you got her done. I didn't jinx you with the old announcer's jinx, so I'm glad about that. But you put on a great show, a lot of action. I mean, you really kind of set the pace and the tempo of this race to begin with. But who do you have to thank for your performance? If there's anybody or anyone you want to thank?
I mean, not really. Just I really do want to thank SK for putting on this whole show, all 3 series, truck, Grand Prix series, and this. It's just really great to have some good league racing on the side of officials.
Absolutely, absolutely. We like to thank Steven a lot as well. Steven does a lot for this league, does a lot for us with the Dega Boys Broadcasting Network as well. So huge shout out to him, and huge shout out to you too, Logan, for your win tonight. Congratulations once again. And Logan, we hope to see you in the next one.
Hope to see you too.
All right, that was your P1 finisher for tonight. And we're going to turn on some cams here and get everybody all ready to go here. In fact, what I am going to do, I'm going to pull down Steven Downton. This man put on an unbelievable event, and I think that it'd be great to hear from him, especially from the broadcast side, and just talk to him about a couple things. So, we have Steven Downton in the chat now. Steven, look, we were just talking about this unbelievable event that you just put on. And by the way, you're on air. Just want to let you know that. But you put on this unbelievable event. Look, we had an unbelievable amount of cars on track. 41 cars on track for this non-official league race here with the NSR series. I just want to hear what you're feeling right now, what you're thinking. How was this race?
A little surreal, a little stressed, but I have to say it went really well, and I'm proud of everybody. The entire group, we did have a little bit of problems, but other than that, I have nothing bad to say about this race. It went really well. 41 cars, and somehow we all played in the sandbox well together, so that's a win. And honestly, I'm excited for Sebring in a couple weeks. So this is intense, because we're probably going to see another 40-some cars at Sebring.
Yeah, and that's going to be pretty intense there around that track. Lots of cars on track. Are you worried? Do you think we can pull it off? I think we can.
I think we can.
Yes, absolutely.
We got a lot of fun tracks coming up, a lot of big tracks, a lot of historic tracks. So we're going to see a lot of guys stay in and race. And, Le Mans probably going to be packed. Spa's going to be packed. We know Road America's going to be packed. So it's going to be a good year.
Yes, absolutely it is. I'm super excited about it. I feel like everybody is also super excited about it. Just really wanted to drag you down here and get your thoughts on it, because this was just an unbelievable event that we got to put on. And it's not a one-time event. It's a season that we're doing. We're doing multiple races. We're keeping track of points. And there's going to be championships at the end. So a great league that Steven puts on here with the NSR series. If you guys want to be a part of it, make sure you guys go to nexussimracing.com. Get yourself a link to the Discord and become a racer. Come out here and race against the best, of which you saw tonight. So, Steven, to you, I want to say congratulations on a job well done tonight. That was awesome to be a part of. Thank you for having the Dega Boys Broadcasting on, especially on their 1-year anniversary. And any last thoughts?
Man, I just want to thank you guys for coming out and doing everything that you do. And also I want to thank all my guys, admins, drivers, staff members, everybody that helps put this on. There's a lot of work to be done, and we pulled it off. So good for us.
Absolutely. Well, that's been Steven Downton, the league owner here at the NSR. Once again, congratulations on this awesome event that you put on. Thank you from the Dega Boys. We really appreciate you having us on board. And Steven, I'm sure we will, but we'll see you in the next one.
Absolutely. Catch you guys later. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen. Dallas, can you do me a favor and stream your screen real quick, if you don't mind?
What am I doing?
Just stream your screen. It doesn't matter.
Okay. I gotta find the button. Oh my god, I moved my. I had to bought my bezel removers are blocking where I needed to do that. Where's that button? Share your screen.
All right. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Jay, I'm going to go to you for, once again, the post-race monologue that you do, because you are the captain when it comes to that. So go ahead, Jay. Talk to us a little bit about what we saw tonight.
Oh man, we kick off a whole new series. We did a little bit of this last year with some GT3s. This year, we went multi-class racing here to kick the season off at Daytona. 100-minute race. A little bit of a sprint, a little bit of endurance, a mix of all of it. We saw different strategies throughout this race. Some of the guys that qualified really well were able to maintain some of their track position. We saw guys that did not qualify on last Sunday's qualifying attempt. They started in the back of their respective series, and they drove through the fields. We saw your winner, Eric Molinata. He got an amazing drive tonight, drove through the field, got this victory done. Rafael Santos, him and Brian Berthium put on an absolute thrilling battle all race long. Rafael Santos played the strategy, played the games right at the end there, got the job done there in GTD. And then Logan Raggioni starts this thing on pole. He controls the race. He said he was struggling with tires, had to take tires on most pit stops except for the last one. We did a splash and go. And he was able to just pace the field, out strategy the field. Really my pick at the top. And he did a phenomenal job. Unbelievable race he did here. Amazing. We had 41 cars here. Multi-class racing at Daytona. Unbelievable. I can't wait for what's next. This series is just so much fun, and it's going to get even better as we get towards some of these other tracks that we are going to throughout the season. And what a way to kick off a new sports car challenge series here on the Dega Boys YouTube, and to celebrate our 1 year all in one. What an amazing, amazing night.
Yes.
Don't forget your 10,000 subscribers. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, good Lord, how could I forget about that? 10,000 subscribers hit today. 1 year on YouTube. We hit the 10K mark. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I want to thank everybody who has been a part of that action. Dallas has been a great supporter since the beginning. Actually, April 3rd is when Dallas joined this channel and as a subscriber. And 1 month after we started, and here we are now, 11 months later, with Dallas here, almost a year later, and Dallas is still.
I feel like I was subscriber like 26.
Yeah.
I was very early on.
I don't doubt it.
And then it was crazy because I went and looked it up today. It was like 6 weeks ago today, you guys just hit 1,000.
Yeah.
And 6 weeks later, you guys are up to 10,000. This has been fun. It's been fun watching you guys just grow as a channel and just grow in popularity, and just as YouTube just growing as broadcasters. It's been so much fun to work with you guys, and I'm looking forward to this more and more.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks for the kind words there, Dallas. It means a lot to us. And also everybody in the chat who came in tonight to talk with us. We really appreciate it. Ian, Daniel, Joseph Clyett, thank you so much. Thank you to all the likes and the subscriptions as well. It means so much to us, especially 1 year into this deal. Unbelievable. I just want to be able to just give my gratitude to everybody here, because it just means so much to us. 1 year in, I know we may beat this like a dead horse, but it just doesn't. There's nothing that I can say that is enough to explain my gratitude. So thank you all. We really appreciate it. Make sure you guys go check out our merch shop. Make sure you guys go check out all the cool things we got there, like the Big Daddy NASCAR hats. Make sure you guys go check out our membership channel. Dallas is actually a member of this channel, having the opportunity to come on here and broadcast with us. That is one of the perks there. So make sure you go there. Go find a level that best suits you guys, and help out the Dega Boys. All the monies that is taken in by this channel goes straight back into the channel to give you guys the best product possible. With that being said, I do want to real quick highlight some of the issues we were having tonight. Sincerely apologize. That will not happen again. All right, we will figure it out. We will make sure we come out better and give you guys the product that you deserve. So, also with that being said, I am going to hand it off to Jay here for a second to talk a little bit about our podcast side and what we got coming up here on Tuesday.
Yes, Tuesday, Full Send Half Bass podcast is back. We're going to recap the F1 race this weekend at Bahrain, as well as the World Dirt Championship race at Qatar Losail International. Can't wait to talk about those amazing races to kick off those seasons, as well as the recap of this weekend's NASCAR races at Las Vegas. Unbelievable. We had some good racing in Xfinity, some pretty good racing in truck with a surprise winner that we've been pulling for a while. So we got some good stuff to talk about there with that winner. I don't want to spoil it too much.
Hell yeah.
But, yeah. And then also, this next weekend coming up, IndyCar is back, so we're going to give you our picks and previews for the opening race at St. Petersburg for the IndyCar season 2024. Maybe some dark horse picks as well. It's going to be interesting. Some news will be covered. We'll give you our driver bonehead move of the week segments. Like always, lots of great stuff heading your way on the podcast on Tuesday.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot to look forward to here. And guess what? We're 1 month closer to the Dega Games. We're going to start talking about that a lot more. We got some things planned, even with our competitors. Maybe a little bit of podcast going on with them as well. Give a little bit of a roast session before we go into the games. But nonetheless, that is coming up. And we'll extend the invitation. If any of you guys are going to Talladega for the spring race, Jay and I and the Dega Boys group will be there. So make sure you guys come on out and talk with us. Come hang out with us. We're going to have a studio set up. We're going to be doing live straight from the track. So make sure you guys show up. Maybe you guys can catch a live with us and have some fun with us. Because you know what? Jay and I, off stream, we like to have fun. So make sure you guys definitely come on out and have some fun with us. So, but with that being said, 1 year on YouTube, it's been a great time. We have grown this thing so much. We really appreciate, again, everybody who has been a part of that journey. Everybody who came, liked, and commented, and subscribed. Means so much to us as we continue to grow this channel. Jay puts a lot of work in this channel. A lot of outside influences as well, helping us build this channel, and it's just been awesome. There's been no other group of people I'd rather do this with, and I just truly appreciate everybody. So, but with that being said, this has been race 1 of the Nexus, what sports car challenge?
Sports car challenge.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry. I apologize. This has been race 1 of the Nexus Sports Car Challenge here at Daytona, the battle at the beach. And 140 minutes here. It's been a great time. We truly appreciate everybody coming out. This has been Thomas, Jay, and Dallas in the booth. We thank everybody once again for coming out, and we'll see y'all in the next one.
We're the hub for motorsports. If you love racing, this is the place to be.
Collier goes into turn 1. Foxy wall rides!
He chest-stained it! He's still chest-staining it!
He's gonna do it. He can coast from here if he had to. It's unbelievable. Chris Stage, the gambler, off of turn 4 for the final time. He does it! He's gonna do it through turns 3, off of turn 4, redemption for the Iceman, Jamie Knopf. Your Nexus 499 champion is Garrett Gusso. He is the winner of the 499. Garrett Gusso, you are immortal. But it was a tie. It was a tie. Unbelievable. It was 1/millionth of a second. And now we're still side by side. Oh, contact is made. Hill is sideways. Does he save it? Does he save it? He's still sideways. He saves it. Still drifted to the center. Unbelievable. Oh, my goodness. How did he save that? Now these good ridders get by him here and through the dog leg. He's not going to get there. That's not going to hurt him too bad.
No, don't do that. As he gets into the lap car, we just saw Kevin LePage. Oh my gosh!
It looks like Kreider's going to continue to lead. Oh, as Williams is sideways. Big crash in the back. As it looks like Kreider's going to get turned out under one. 72. Gaston wins. Into turn 3, Henderson on the bottom, Sisson on the outside. Contact might have been made. Here comes Tim Henderson's gonna be a drag race to the line. Who's gonna get it? They're still side by side. It's gonna be Sisson that wins it at the line. Unbelievable finish. Down on the way outside, hitting the jumps on there. Oh, they're making contact. The 74, the 09. The 09 is way out in the boonies. And they're looking, the 62's looking to the inside. We're side by side now. The action corner doesn't disappoint. James Pierce is in the wall. Logan is leading this race. 99 fighting very hard on the inside. No contact is made. The 99 gets done. The leader's wreck to take the dub. His first win in the National Tour 5 Flags. George Oaks. And the show is in the bumper business. They wreck each other. It's the teammates. Oh my God. These guys. Oh, there comes Tim Henderson's in it. Oh no, Steven's on the ground. Oh no, Steven. What happened? Here comes Tim Henderson. Up on the outside. He drops some wall. No. Coming to get the checker. First win of the season. Steven Dillon as they wreck across the line. Incredible finish.
Truly appreciate everybody. We love you guys. This has been Thomas and Jay in the booth, and we'll see y'all in the next one.